Good morning, students. Myself, G.Radha, Senior Lecturer in CCP, working at Government Polytechnic Farman, Warangal. Now, in today's class, we will be discussing about the topic different types of memories. Okay, what are the different types of memories in computer system? So, in previous class, the topics we have discussed is what is a computer, what are the capabilities of computers, what are the advantages and disadvantages of computers, areas in business where the computers are used, and different data processing operations. Now, in today's class, we'll be discussing about different types of memories and functions of following devices, that is floppy drive, hard disk drive, tape drive, CD drive, DVD. Okay, students, now let us come to the actual topic, memory. What is memory? So, computer memory refers to devices that are used to store data or programs on a temporary or permanent basis for use in an electronic computer. Okay, students, in the previous class we have already discussed memory, that is nothing but a very important part. Actually, computer is an electronic device in which it takes the input, process that input and gives the output. Mainly, this is characteristic, main capability of computer is memory. Actually, we store the data, whatever data we enter into the computer will be stored in memory permanently, and we can gather the data whenever we need it. It is devices that are used to store data or programs on a temporary or permanent basis for use in an electronic computer. Okay, students, so this is one of the important part of computer system. So, memory unit. How do we measure memory units? Yesterday, we have already, in the previous class, we have already discussed how we measure the memory in computer system. That is nothing but a bytes, okay, in bytes and bits. So, here, let us see measuring memory. 1 byte is equal to 8 bits, 1 kilobyte is equal to 1024 bytes, and 1 megabyte is equal to 1024 kilobytes. 1 gigabyte is equal to 1024 megabyte, and 1 terabyte is equal to 1024 gigabytes. Okay, students, we have already discussed in the previous class, that is, in computers, computer is an electronic device. It does not understand English language, so whatever you enter into the computer will be converted into bits. That is nothing but bits and bytes. So what will happen, suppose for example we take an alphabet small a. The decimal value of alphabet small a is 65. So this 65 decimal value will be converted into bits, that is 11100001. Again, the computer system, what it will do, it will again convert these bits into decimal value and give you the output as a alphabet small a. Okay, students, so memory of a computer is measured in bytes and bits. Now, what are the different types of memories? Actually, let us come into the actual topic. What are the different types of memories in computers? That is primary memory and secondary memory. So, what is primary memory? Let us see. So, this slides, okay, this slide is showing the different types of memories, how they are compared and how they are presented in the here. Okay, this slide is showing you about the memory, data processing and storage. That is primary storage. You can see here on the top, that is primary storage here on the top, and this is central processing unit. Central processing unit contains logical unit, registers, cache memory, then you have memory bus, main memory. Okay, next it is input output channels. Then the central processing unit, it will send back to the secondary storage, that is mass storage device, hard disk, and again it will, that storage device again will, whatever data is there in the storage devices will again go back to the central processing unit. Okay, here So it is showing in both the arrows. In it is showing back to back. Okay, here the central processing unit is again offline storage, removable media, that is CD-ROM, DVD read write drive. Okay, CD read write. These are removable media, that is external storage medias. Okay, it will take from the CPU. CPU is connected to this one. External storage, offline storage. This is offline storage, and this is secondary storage. Hard disk is secondary storage. Main memory is RAM, random access memory. Okay, students, you can see here 256 to 1024 megabytes. This is the capacity of main memory here, RAM. And secondary storage is hard disk, mass storage device. This is 20 to 120 GB. Then you have offline storages, removable media drive, CD read write, DVD read write drive, removable media CD read write 650 MB. Then you have territory storages, removable media drive, removable medium, robotics access system, that is territory storage. So this is about the data processing and storage memory. Okay, students, so this picture is showing you about processing of data processing and storage of data, that is memory, in the memory. Now let us move to the next slide. So next slide, so we have seen what are the types of memories in computer system. Is primary memory. So what is primary memory? Let us understand first what is primary memory. The memory unit which is on motherboard is known as primary memory. Okay, students, in the CPU box there will be a motherboard where actually it contains the memory unit, that is nothing but a primary memory. When you store the data in system, it is nothing but a primary memory actually. Okay, stores the data and process information, also known as main memory. So the memory which is on motherboard is nothing but called main memory or primary memory, you can say. Example is, the teacher uses the blackboard while explaining, but the board will be wiped when the class is over. Similarly, the data in primary memory is lost when computer is switched off. Okay, what will happen when you use this computer system? What will happen? The data, whatever data is put, whatever data when while using the computer system, actually the data will be put in a temporary memory, that is nothing but called primary memory. And whenever the computer system is switched off, the memory will be lost. So permanent memory means, suppose you try to save the data which you entered in the computer system, it is nothing but a permanent memory, that is RAM. That is second, that is nothing but a, you can say, RAM ROM. So it is classified as RAM and ROM. The data in primary memory is lost when computer is switched off. It is classified as RAM and ROM. So primary memory is again classified into RAM and ROM, two types. And the data which is stored in the computer system is nothing but called primary memory. When you store the data in a memory, in computer system is a primary memory. It is again divided into two types, RAM and ROM. What is RAM? Random access memory. The contents of this part of the memory are not permanent, because once the system is switched off, the contents are erased. Okay, whatever data you enter into the system will be stored in some part of the memory in computer system, that is nothing but called RAM, because it is not permanently stored. Whenever the current switches off, current goes, or the computer system is switched off, the contents will be erased. This is random access memory. Whenever the computer works with data or instructions, they are first loaded into the RAM. Okay, students, this is what I told you. Whenever you enter the data into the computer system or instructions, first the data or the instructions are loaded into the RAM. Since the contents of RAM is lost when the computer is turned off, RAM is called volatile memory. So RAM is nothing but called volatile memory. Now suppose for example, students, whenever you switch on the system, then whenever you switch on the system, actually the ROM comes into pictures. Okay, configuration, all that will be already stored into the, that is nothing but called booting. Whenever you switch on the system, booting process starts. That booting process, you can see the configuration of the computer system. That is the configuration means, that is what is RAM capacity, what is hard disk capacity. Okay, all those things. What is operating systems you are using, that is RAM capacity, hard disk capacity. Okay, so students, this is about the RAM, random access memory. Okay, now let us move to the next slide. Now here is again telling what is the, that is RAM. He's giving some points about the RAM is the acronym for random access memory. What is the full form of RAM? Random access memory. Then it is a part of computer's main memory. Data can be read from RAM in any order or at random. Okay, it is nothing but a part of a computer's main memory. What is RAM? It is a part of computer's main memory. Next, RAM holds the data and programs that are being used by computer at a given time. So okay students, in this slide you can see the picture RAM. Okay, so when you open the CPU box, then you can see the RAM chip. Okay, this is a RAM chip. Okay, random access memory, which is on the motherboard. Okay, this is a picture you can see students. Now SD RAM, it is said to be an SD RAM. What is SD? Full form of SD is synchronous dynamic RAM, random access memory. Okay students, so this slide is showing the picture of RAM. Next type of primary memory is ROM. ROM is permanent memory. Okay, read only memory. What is the full form of ROM? Read only memory. So ROM is permanent memory. ROM allows the user to read, but the user cannot store data in it. Okay, it is permanent memory, allows the user to read, but the user cannot store in it. Hence it is called read only memory. That is what I told you students. Whenever you switch on the system, the booting process starts and the memory comes into picture is ROM. There you can read the configuration of the system which is stored in ROM. Okay students, so ROM contains information on how to start the computer. It contains the information on how to start the computer. The contents of ROM is not lost when, even when the computer is turned off. Hence ROM is called non-volatile memory. So non-volatile means it will be permanently stored. So ROM is non-volatile memory. Okay students. So RAM is volatile memory. RAM is nothing but a volatile memory. ROM is non-volatile memory. Next, so we have seen primary memory. So there are two types of memory we have seen, in which primary memory is first one and then next is the secondary memory. Under primary memory, we are seeing, we have seen what is RAM and what is ROM. Next, let us go to the next slide. PROM, PROM, PROM. What is PROM? Okay, programmable read-only memory. So under primary memory, it is divided into four parts, that is RAM, ROM, PROM, EPROM. Okay students. So PROM, what is this one? PROM, full form of PROM is programmable read-only memory. In this part of the memory, the user can put the data according to his specifications using a special device known as PROM programmer. Okay, this is nothing but it is a part of memory in which the user can design himself a special device. He can uh, according to his specifications using a special device, that is PROM programmer. Okay, the advantages is that the programmer can have his own data or program placed in the memory. That is nothing but that is customize. Okay, the customer, he want to put a program in the memory. To put a program by himself, He uses a PROM programmer. Okay, students, this is programmable read-only memory. Now let us move to the next slide. Next type of memory is under primary memory is EPROM. So what is the full form of EPROM? EPROM means erasable, programmable, read-only memory. So what is this one? It is similar to PROM, that is programmable read-only memory, but also allows erasing by exposure to ultraviolet light. Means the user can design a program. The user can design a program. He can design a memory by himself to place his own data using a PROM programmer. But in addition to that, he can erase the data by using the ultraviolet light. Okay, students, this is erasable, programmable, read-only memory. Now let us move to the next slide. So we have seen, okay students, till now we have discussed about primary memory. Okay, what is primary memory? Main memory, that is also the other name for primary memory is a main memory, which we can see on the motherboard. It is again divided into four parts, that is RAM, ROM, PROM, EPROM. Okay students, now next let us see what is secondary memory. So secondary memory is storage is defined as a storage medium that is separate from the processor and holds data even with no power passed to it. Means it is nothing but external storage devices. Secondary memory is nothing but a external storage devices which we use as a secondary memory. So secondary memory or storage is defined as storage medium that is separate from the processor and holds data even with no power passed to it. So secondary storage devices saves data after it has been saved by the primary storage devices, usually referred to as RAM, random access memory. So whatever you have in a RAM will be again taken into secondary storage devices. Examples of secondary storage devices are magnetic storage devices, optical storage devices. So what are the magnetic storage devices under secondary storage device? Example of storage devices is magnetic storage devices, optical storage devices, that is floppy disk, hard disk, tape drive. Optical storage devices is CD, DVD. Okay students. Now storage devices. So here in this slide you can see the pictures of different storage devices, that is nothing but a whatever books is there is stored in the rack. In the same way, files, folders will be stored into the floppy. Okay, this is floppy disk, this is CD compact disk, and this is hard disk. So these are the storage devices, some of the pictures of storage devices you can see in this slide. Next slide shows you some other storage devices. This is a pen drive. Okay, this is a CD drive. Okay, CD drive where you can keep DVD or CD. Okay, this is a floppy disk, and this is tape drive. Okay students, this is a tape drive which you can see here. These are some of the examples of storage devices, that is external secondary storage devices, secondary memory you can say. Okay, now let us move to the next slide. Now we'll see in detail what is floppy disk drive, FDD. So floppy disk, so actually this is the oldest, now it is not in use. This is the oldest method of storing the data, oldest mode of storing the data, method of storing the data, that is floppy disk. So portable storage device. So what is floppy disk? It is a portable storage device. It is commonly used, portable means you can take anywhere. Okay, it is portable. It is commonly used to move files between different computers. It is commonly used to move files between different computers. It is also used to load new programs onto the computer. Whatever the data is stored in the computer system will be again taken as a backup. Okay, you can take a backup for the external storage for a portable, that is you can store in floppy disk and take anywhere and then feed into another computer system. Okay, it helps in keeping backup of the data. Okay students, so it is also used to load new programs onto the computers. So this is one of the oldest secondary storage device, that is floppy disk. Next is next slide is continued with the other functions of floppy disk. Floppy disk is used to store a small number of files. It can hold 1.44 MB of data and is usually of 3.5 inches size. Okay, 3.5, 3.5 inches. So this is a floppy disk is of size 3.5 inches. It is not very reliable and can be damaged easily. Okay students, floppy disk is not reliable but can be damaged easily. Then existing information can be erased and new information can be stored. That is rewritable. So a floppy disk is rewritable. So this is one of the oldest system I have already mentioned. So next, it helps in reading data from floppy disk in computers. Floppy disk drive. It also helps in writing data on floppy disk. It also helps in deleting files on floppy disk. So these are some of the functions of. So we were discussing about the functions of floppy disk here in this slide. Okay, in these slides we were discussing about the functions of floppy disk. Now we are discussing about the functions of floppy disk drive. What is floppy disk drive? Where we actually keep the floppies, where we actually the box where we actually keep the floppies for use. Okay, so what is floppy disk drive? It helps in reading data from floppy disk in computers. It also helps in writing data on floppy disk. It also helps in deleting files on floppy disks. So these are the functions of floppy disk drive. Okay students, in this slide you can see the picture of floppy disk drive. Okay, this is a box where we actually keep the floppy disk. This is used for storing and then getting getting back, that is backup of the data and storage of the data in floppies and systems, from floppies to the systems and from systems to the floppies. And this is acts led, that is light. You can see here led is a light, and this is eject button you have here in the picture. Okay students, now let us proceed to the next slide. Is we are now discussing about hard disk drive, HDD. So what is this hard disk drive? So what are the functions of hard disk drive? Let us see. This is hard disk drive, which we can see in the computer system, that is CPU box. This is hard disk drive. Okay. Hard disk drive consists of a number of disks and also read write head. Okay students. The disks are made up of a magnetic material and are sealed inside a case. Okay. It consists of number of disks and also read write head. The disks are made up of magnetic material and are sealed inside a case. Okay, this is about hard disk drive. Next, hard disk drive can read from and write to the disks inside it. Okay, hard disk can be partitioned for better organization of files in its disk. This is nothing but a hard disk drive, which you can see in the computer systems. Okay students. Next, hard disk holds more data and are faster than floppy disks. Okay, now at present in the computer systems, the the part which we are using, it is nothing but a hard disk. It holds more data, okay, and are faster than floppy disk. They can held up to 1 terabytes. Okay, 1 terabyte of terabyte of data it can hold. That is 1024 gigabytes characters. 1 terabyte characters it can hold, hard disk drive. Okay, nowadays we are using in computer system is nothing but for holding the data and for faster process. is nothing but hard disk drives. Okay, so the hard disk drive can hold the data up to 1 terabytes characters, that is 1024 gigabytes. Okay students, so this is the picture of hard disk drive you can see here. The other use of hard disk is, so we were discussing about hard disk drive here. So so what is hard disk drive? Hard disk drive is used for holding. It is nothing but a drive which holds the hard disks. Okay, hard disk drive consists a number of disks and also read write head. Okay, here you can see this is head here, and these are the, this is nothing but a chips you can see here. The disks are made up of magnetic material and are sealed inside a case. Okay students, then hard disk drive can read from and write to the disks inside it. Hard disk can be partitioned for better organization of files in its disks. So these are the functions of hard disk drive. Okay students, next let us see in the next slide functions of hard disk. What are the functions of hard disk? Hard disks hold more data and faster than floppy disks. They can held up to 1 terabytes characters. Okay, that is nothing but equal to 1024 gigabyte characters it can hold hard disk. Okay, next function of hard disk is hard disks are very reliable as compared to floppies. Rewritable, they are reliable and rewritable. Hard disks are reliable and they are rewritable. They are many times faster than floppy disks. Okay, nowadays we are using for holding the data, storage of data, that is holding storage of data is hard disk. Okay, in computer system. So this is about the hard disk students. Now let us move to the next slide. Is now we'll be discussing in the next slide what is CD-ROM drive. These are all external storage devices. Okay, you can say what is CD-ROM drive? CD-ROM is a, that is full form of CD-ROM is compact disk read only memory. So what compact CD-ROM means? Compact disk read only memory. It is a compact disk which is used to store data. Nowadays we are using CDs for storing the data, that is taking the backup from the system, and then after taking the backup from the system we are taking the CD portable. It is portable. CD-ROMs are portable, you can take anywhere, and you can also put this whatever data stored in the CD-ROM into the other system. You can burn the CD-ROMs into the other system. So for burning means for copying the whatever data in the CD-ROM into the other system, we need a software, nothing but a burning software. It is nothing but a burning software. Now next, so speed of CDD. So CD drive. What is the speed of CD drive is 52x max. 52x is equal to 52 into 150 kilobytes per second. That is equal to 7800 kilobytes per second. This is the speed of CD drive. Okay students. So this is this is nothing but a speed of a CD drive. Next, so we have seen what is CD-ROM. Now in the next slide we will be discussing about CD. This is only read-only memory. Okay, this is read-only memory. It is compact disk which is used to store data. It is only used for storing the data. Next, in the next slide we will be discussing about CD, that is compact disk. So contains, what is CD? Compact disk. It contains digital information which can be read but cannot be rewritten. It can be read. You can put the CD and read it, but you cannot make changes in the CD, rewritten. It can hold vast amounts of information such as full motion videos, animations, music, text, etc. Okay, compact disk can hold, that is nothing but a large amount of data, that is nothing but a, it can hold large amount of data, that is videos, motion videos, full motion videos, animation, music, text, etc. Okay students, CD is fairly is next slide. It is again in the next slide we'll be discussing the same thing about the functions of CD, compact disc. CD is fairly a simple piece of plastic about 4/100th of an inch, that is 1.2 mm thick. Okay, it is nothing but a simple piece of plastic. Okay, that is how much, that is it is 1.2 mm thick. It is portable. Its capacity usually ranges from 650 to 700 MB megabytes. It can hold data. It is portable means, what is the meaning of portable? You can take the CD anywhere. You can copy the data in the CD and you can take it anywhere. That's why that is the meaning of portable. And the capacity of storing the data in CD is from 650 to 700 MB. Okay students, so this is about CD. Now next point, so we are discussing about the points on compact disc CD. What is CD? It is a compact disc which contains digital information which can be read but cannot be rewritten. Okay, it can hold vast amounts of information such as full motion videos, animation, music, text, etc. Okay, and it is a piece of plastic of 1.2 mm thick. It is portable. It stores the data up to 650 to 700 megabytes. Okay students, most reliable for long term storage. CDs are most reliable for long term storage. There are separate CD drives for reading only or writing only or for both operations. Okay, drives means where we put the CDs. There will be separate drives for putting the CD and using the CD. Okay, for using the CD, we uses a drives, that is a box, CD box you can say. Next, so these are the points we were discussing about CD. Now let us move to the next slide. So in the next slide we will be discussing about the points on DVD. What is DVD? Digital video disc. Okay. So DVD looks similar to a CD, but it is faster than CD because nowadays we want to use the CDs, DVDs. We are now using the DVDs. Most of the people are using DVDs because it can store large amount of data than CDs. That is, it can store cinemas. Okay, it can store pictures like with better quality than CDs. Large for storing large amount data, people are using DVDs rather than CDs. Okay, students. Now let us move to the next slide. You can see here the picture. This is DVD. So you can see the difference of CD and DVD. Both will be the same, but the only difference between CD and DVD is DVD can hold large amount of data. It is faster than CD and it can hold more amount of data than CD. That is, for example, you can store cinemas with better quality, pictures with, that is cinemas with a better quality. Next external storage device is pen drive. So what is this pen drive? Pen drive are also called thumb drives, jump drives, mini USB drives and pocket drives. Okay students, nowadays all of you are also familiar with the external storage devices we use in computer systems is, rather than CD, DVD, we use mostly pen drives. Okay, just like a pen, it will be like a pen. Okay, so what are the other names given to pen drive is thumb drives, jump drives, mini USB drives and pocket drives. Okay, now So pen drive, to access a pen drive you must plug it into the USB interface. So at the back or front side of the CPU box you can have the USBs for usage of pen drives. Okay students, so the pen drive can hold the data. Pen drive can hold the data up to 8 gigabytes. So CD, that is DVD, can hold the data more than DVD. A pen drive can hold the data up to 8 gigabytes. Okay students, so here you can see in this slide, that is picture here, pen drive. Okay, to store the data more than DVD, we use pen drives. Means pen drives can be used for storing the data up to 8 gigabytes. Next is a next slide is discuss. Here we are discussing about tape drives. Okay, so tape drive, it is also a secondary storage input device which is used to read write information on magnetic tapes. Okay, okay students, it is used to read and write information on the magnetic tapes. You can see here the picture here. The tape drives will be, it take up the reel here and supply reel. You can see here capstan drive, read write head. Okay, this is a picture which is showing the parts of the tape drive here. Okay, it is a secondary storage input device which is used to read write information on the magnetic tapes. So drive, tape drives, so we have seen tape drive. This is tape drive, contains a read write head connected to the CPU. You can see inside the box. Okay, it contains a read write head connected to the CPU, contains two spools to contain tape and move it past the read write head. Okay, here this is a box he's saying. It contains a read write head connected to the CPU. It contains two spools to contain tape and move it past the read write head. Okay, this is about the tape drive. Next slide. Now we'll be discussing, we are continuing with the discussion of points on tape drive. All this is contained in a box which is called tape drive. Tape drives may be inbuilt or interdependent. Okay students, tape drives are inbuilt or interdependent. Next. Now, tapes can store enormous amounts of data. Okay, tapes can be used to store enormous amounts of data, but tapes can be read or written on only sequentially and hence slower than disks. Okay, we can store enormous amount of data, but tapes can read and write, can be read or written on only sequentially. Okay, one after the other. Sequentially means one after the other, but it will be the tape drive storing of data will be, for storage of data, tape drives are slower than disks. That's why we use hard disk rather than tape drives. Okay students, in today's class, so after the completion of class, so you have got, I think you have understood about, we were discussing about the topic on memory of the computers, on memory of computers. What is a memory? What are the different types of memories you have in a computer system? What is RAM, ROM, secondary storage devices? Okay, then we have discussed about the secondary storage devices, magnetic storage devices, optical storage devices. So these are the magnetic storage devices: floppy disk, hard disk, tape drive. Optical storage devices are the CD and DVD. Okay students, let us see some quiz questions here on the slide. Hardware refers to what? He has given four options. Hardware refers to the outside of a computer, any part of the computer that you can see or touch, the tools to repair the computer, the computer instructions or programs that tell the hardware what to do. Okay, so what is the option here? B. B. What is option B? Means any part of the computer that you can see or touch is nothing but a hardware. Now let us move to the next question. RAM. RAM is, what is RAM? He has given four options: removable archive memory, read access memory, random access memory, none of the above. So what is the answer here, students? RAM, random access memory. Full form of RAM is random access memory. Now let us move to the third question under quiz. A byte is, he has given four options under the question. A byte is by integer term, bit integer, binary digit, byte digit. So what is the answer here, students? Binary digit. A bit is binary digit. Okay, students. Now, in this slide, I have given some of the assignment questions. So after going to home, you have to do as a homework at home, and we'll be discussing in the next class the assignment questions. So what are the assignment questions of today's class is, how are floppy disks are different from hard disk drives? How are floppy disks are different from hard disk drives? States the capacities of different storage devices. Second question, state the capacities of different storage devices. Third question, differentiate between RAM and ROM. Third question, fourth question. So what is third question? Differentiate between RAM and ROM. You have to do as an homework. Okay, students. Fourth question, how is data represented in computers? How is data represented in computers? So do these assignments at home, and we'll be discussing in the next class. Okay, students. Now, next slide is displaying the questions of previous end exams. So these are the questions which we have seen in the previous end examinations. Okay, so what are the questions we have already seen in previous end examinations? Expected questions in exams, end exams is, explain the functions of floppy and hard disk drive and tape drive. Give a brief description of a floppy. Second question. Third question, list some examples of secondary storage devices. Fourth question, what is a motherboard? Fifth question, explain the functions of motherboard, memory devices. Okay, students. Sixth question, what are the various components on the motherboard? Seventh question, what is RAM and ROM? Okay, students, these are the frequently asked questions in the previous end examinations. Okay, so students, so in today's class, we were discussing about the on the topic that is memory, which is very important part of computer system. So we were discussing on the memory of the computers. So I think you have understood about memory of the computers, types of memories, okay, and what are the primary and secondary memory devices you have, functions we have seen, what are the primary and memory devices and their functions. Okay, pictorially I have shown you. We have seen all the uh, primary and secondary memory devices pictorially, and have discussed the functions of each and every memories. Okay, students, I think you have got understood about today's topic. I'll close the session, today's session here. I'll close the class here, session. Okay, students, bye for now. Bye.